Meow, meow. I have not had any sleep, and you have been teeping in the garage. You've been teeping. Look at this, how this has grown in just a few days. Just a few days. Oh my God. You doing his stretchies? I paid that guy to cut the hedges, and he did not cut the hedges. Gonna sit on top of the AC units that don't work. Yeah, he did not cut the hedges. Nope, he did not cut the hedges. What he did do though was he's one of these people that likes to try to look in the bathroom window, and my bathroom and bedroom is around the house that way. It's a huge house, so it's down there. My potatoes. And he stands outside of my bathroom around the corner and way down that side, and just stands there and like looks at my bathroom window. And I'm kicking myself for making the mistake of answering his question, when he said, like, I was showing him, what needs to be cut where, the hedges, the bushes, and the weeds and stuff, because I haven't had any help here in forever. And I had paid him, and I said, this is what I need done. Look, I just saw her little tail around the corner. And anyway, from inside the house, it's way up high, and I can look down and see, through the slats of the shutters, because the outside shutters are closed to try to give me some kind of privacy. And I can see him standing there, and I was like, what is he doing? And he reaches up, and he's like trying to pull the shutters off. And that was the only one that I had zip tied. I had one zip tie, and from the inside I had raised the screen up like this, and I had pulled it around, and it was really not easy to do. But I was able to the zip tie closed the actual outdoor shutter, and then pull the screen back down, and then pull the window down. And I keep the window cracked like that because there's no freaking air conditioning, and it's absolutely brutal. We have to have the windows cracked, and I have a fan running in there all the time because there's absolutely no airflow any other way. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So, in Atlanta, some people have this crazy phrase that they do, and they say, Blassé, Blassé, and then they finish the story. It's so silly. Anyway, I almost started to say that, and then I thought, the rest of the planet's not going to know what I'm talking about. But anyway, now you know. So, it's an ATL thing, so Blassé, Blassé. He was monkeying around with my shutters, and he was trying to get them open. And I was like, why is he trying to get my shutters open? And then he's like, yoink. And he yoinks one of the strips of shutter off, and he's just standing there. And I'm like, what? And anyway, I wish I had not answered his question, because when I was saying I was walking him around the side and showing him what needs to be trimmed, he says, is this your room? And I said, no, that's my bathroom. And I wish I hadn't told him that. I wish I had said, you know, like, no, it's my dad's old room. I wish I had said that, you know, because I could have said that, because it is my dad's old room. But the point is, you know, me being me, I was honest, and I said, no, that's not my bedroom, that's my bathroom. And he's like, oh, this you bathroom? And he's pointing at that one. And I said, yeah, it's my bathroom. Okay, can we talk about the hedges? And we're not here to talk about my bathroom. Okay, because I don't think like a pervert, right? Okay, so it didn't occur to me, like, why is this guy asking about my bathroom? Why does he want to know, is that my bathroom? Why? Why, fat cat, why? E por qué? You know, right? Like, because I don't think like a pervert. Anyway, I got my little Walmart order here. There's literally like hardly anything. 2 waters. I got my daughter some chicken tenders. I got her a pair of sleep shorts. I got her some of these tortilla chips and some canned teas and some bananas. That's it. Does that look like $125? No. Crazy. Anyway, so yeah. So he actually trying to get the shutters to open, which he didn't need to do, and they were zip tied and he couldn't get them open, and so he was trying, so he actually pulled it and like broke one off. And then he tried to tell me that there was a spider in there, and that's why it broke off, because he was looking at it and whatever. And I was like, I can see you from inside the house. I could see you standing in front of my window. So I confronted him about it, you know. And he's just like, oh. He says, I don't know. Yo no sé. And I said, yeah, it's not yo no sé. I see you standing in front of my bathroom like more than once, you know. And blase. I have my hair on top of my head today. It's too hot to wear it down. So yeah, it's really crazy. So now one of my shutter things is broken off. And, yeah. And he's like a peeping Tom type. That's what he's trying to do. And also a day that I did not hire him to be here, I walked into the bathroom and turned the shower on like that. And I was waiting for it to warm up, because this house is so freaking big and it's old and it takes forever for the water to warm up. And it needs all new plumbing and new wiring. It needs new everything. It needs fixed. And, look over here. And anyway, I turned on the water and I walked over to the window, and I can't look all the way out because the shutters are closed. You know, like I said, for some kind of privacy. But I'm like looking down through the slats, and I can see him standing out there. And I was like, is that freaking guy? You know? And I have his text. So I texted him. I said, are you outside my bathroom again? And he goes, he answers out loud. He goes, no, like that. And I can hear him. And I texted, I said, I can hear you. I can see you. And he just went quiet like that, and he left. It is unbelievable. Why can't I hire somebody who will just do the damn yard and not try to do me? Why? Why? I hate it so much. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going to take this stuff in, feed my kid, and then hopefully get some sleep. But anyway, it's too bright so I can't look at it, but the white ball is up there somewhere. All right, y'all. Have a good one.